Hello 7th grade learners, and welcome to your weekly instructional lesson for week 6 ELA 7. Starting in week 6, we are now going to be presenting your weekly instructional lesson in a 6E format. Now you can see your 6E right here, and I will include it in a link, and we'll take a look at what your learning target is this week. It is, I can write a narrative essay about myself and my culture. So when you go to the 6E, it is divided into engage, explore, explain, evaluate, elaborate, and express. In engage, I would like you to watch this very short video about a librarian who is reading a story from the book that you are reading, Flying Lessons and Other Stories. In the Explore, you're watching this video, and then I want you to read on how to write a narrative essay. There's a WikiHow on that. And then do an activity that is in the Summit about writing prompts. What are you going to write about? And then in Explain, there's another Summit source explaining by selecting your topic. I also have a game for you to play, a quizzes game about narrative essays. So, understand in your elaborate that there is 3 products that you need to get done by October 18th. And that is the book journal on flying lessons that you're creating, your narrative final draft, your essay about yourself, and then you need to do a video of you reading your essay. Okay, learners, old and new, I want to remind you of a few things. There are 3 ways to look at your summit. One of them is the week page, the one that it defaults to. Your week page should look something like this. To cover everything in all your classes, you need to put in your goals. Don't forget to put in your goals, because if you don't, a teacher could mark you absent because they're not seeing what you're working upon unless you document it right here. The next thing, number 2, to look over your week page to see if you're keeping up with the blue line of progress. Here's the blue line. It's intersecting in between focus areas, and this person needs to do their power focus areas in reading 7 before they do additional. Save additional for later and work on that project, which is cultural narratives, because the blue line of time is moving toward October. The next thing I would like you to look at is your progress page. This is where your grades pop up. You can see that this person so far has NA for science, math, and history. They do have an A+ in English 7 so far. This could change as the blue line moves, but you know you need to keep up, and in order to get a grade, you need to do projects. Don't forget to check your calendar. We are now on September 30th, and your project is due on the 18th of October. So let's see how many days does that give you to get that project done. A 5-paragraph essay about yourself and you reading your essay. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 more days to write your essay and turn in your project. So I'm going to recap over here. Notice that the end of the term is on October 22nd. There it is right here. We just passed by the midterm right here. Notice where that blue line is, and where it is intersecting is where you need to get things done to turn your boxes green. And know that your first project in English is due on October 18th. Alright, something I also want you to remember, that yes, we do have focus areas, but that is only a small percent of what you need to do. Actually, the biggest part of your grade comes from getting a project done. That is 70%. 70% is really worth doing. Also want you to know that you need to remember to study and take notes for those content assessments, as teachers are going to start asking to see those notes before they approve it. Approve your content assessment and unlock it. One of great way to take notes is to use note cards. This is my son's note cards. He made flashcards for himself. He put on here teacher and what it is in German. So this is a great way to study. Another great way to study is to actually write it down in a notebook. There is power in the pen. When you write things down, you are going to remember them much more if you just read it or watch a video. Last thing is, if you have a printer, you can print out your resources and use a highlighter to highlight. So when you take that test, you're going to have a nice open book way to take the test when you don't know something. But just want you guys to remember that if we see something like this that comes through that you haven't clicked on resources since the last time you took the test, we are going to click deny until you go back and do it again and ask for those notes. So make sure you are taking notes. Alright, a big concept is to ask for help when you need it. Teachers, parents, and your friends are not mind readers. So I don't want anybody sitting at home saying, I don't know what to do. I don't know. Nobody's helping me. Nobody can help you unless you ask for it. And there's several ways you can ask for it. You can ask a friend. Somebody else who's in your grade might know what to do. Do that in a group chat. Ask the teacher. But remember to do that. Do not send hangouts after business hours. It's considered rude to send a hangout late in the day. And you can send an email and it will be answered within 24 hours, excluding weekends. Okay, I want you to think about something. Reflect on this. How many hours are you working on your schoolwork per day? A lot of people seem to know this answer. It is 5 hours a day, according to the Pennsylvania School Code. 5 hours a day. But are you actually doing that? Do you know that Go Gardening is watching every site that you're on, and it's also recording how much time you're spending on the site? So it might come up in the near future that if you're not spending enough time, the principal might be giving you a call. So remember, cyber school is real school, but it is a really challenging way to learn. It's challenging school. So be up for the challenge and do your work. Have a great week.